fast-paced environments of the logistics and retail industries, agility, responsiveness, and time to market are the keys to success. Every scan enables swift decision-making, and sustainable connectivity leads to better results. Discover the Honeywell CT32 mobile computer, your compact, powerful partner for optimizing frontline operations. Built on Honeywell's Edge mobility platform, the CT32 delivers reliable performance, rapid deployment, and easy integration, quickly adapting to your needs. Its sleek design features a 6-inch display and a slim 14mm profile, making it ideal for extended use on-site or during last-mile operations. With IP68 and IP65 ratings and drop resistance up to 1.8 meters, it can withstand even the toughest challenges. With real-time mobility, teams can access data instantly, respond to inventory updates, and make informed decisions. In the store, the CT32 streamlines task execution, provides clear visibility, and enhances inventory management efficiency. Built-in NFC also enables secure, contactless payments directly from a single device. For logistics, it provides access to proof of delivery and route planning information. The Flex Range Scanner captures barcodes from just a few centimeters up to over 10 meters, without the need for repositioning. With ample battery life, a rugged design, and the reliable support of Android OS, the CT32 overcomes challenges, reduces replacements, and lowers total cost of ownership. The CT32 isn't just a device. It's a value-driven solution that grows with your business. Discover the CT32 and drive your operations forward today.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Jarltech Lab. If there are any new viewers who don't know us yet, let me introduce myself. Remigiusz Kadzewski. I work at Jarltech Europe. We are a Honeywell distributor, and joining me in the studio is
Karolina Szymowska. Good morning, a warm welcome to everyone, and to you, Remek, for the second time since we've seen you before as well.
In a moment, a slide will appear for you. Looking at the agenda today, we want to focus primarily on the CT32 terminal, which is one of Honeywell's newest products. It was released, correct me Karolina, in July this year. However, there are also new devices that we would like to draw your attention to. Hence we have Granite Ultra, the new scanner, great devices.
Ultra, truly remarkable, Ultra.
Granite Ultra. Granite Ultra, because as Granite, the series is still functioning in Honeywell, and the new PC41, PC42, PC41 printer, we will talk about that too. And we will also start with another video. This is a video that was created a bit ad hoc. So take a look at it. As you can see, the terminal comes in a small gray box, similar to smartphones. Inside, we have the terminal, which we'll unpack in a moment, a wrist strap, a USB charging cable, some documentation, and of course the battery. The battery should be partially charged. Let's see if we can power up the terminal right away. The terminal, so we can set aside the cable and the strap and focus on the terminal itself. Let's remove the protective film. As you can see, installing the battery is straightforward. I'll show you right away. Here we have the SIM card slot. The terminal supports communication using 2 cards. You can use one physical SIM and a second eSIM. Let's install the battery and the lock so the battery won't fall out. Here we have a 13 megapixel camera. On the front there's an 8 megapixel camera, allowing you to capture documents, take photos, and conduct video calls. We have here a 6-inch display operating at a resolution of 2160 by 1080. So we have a very high image quality. All of this is managed by Android 14, 6 gigabytes of RAM and 128 gigabytes of internal storage. At the front we have a Honeywell Flex Range scanning module, which enables barcode reading even from a distance of 11 meters. We have buttons on both sides which can be customized, for example, as triggers to activate the barcode scanner, as enter keys, or for other functions. And at the bottom we have a USB port for charging, as well as buttons and charging contacts in case we want to use communication type accessories. Everything works under the control of the processor. Qualcomm 4490. Why is this terminal worth considering? Because when you look at it from the perspective of TCO or ROI, investing in such a device will pay off faster, it will withstand, the terminal will last longer, thanks in part to extended support for Android. It is slimmer, lighter, and people will find it more comfortable to work with. You had the opportunity to see previously unreleased footage featuring the CT32 terminal, and you probably won't see it anywhere else. I hope that in this way we've helped you get to know this terminal a bit better. However, I'd also like to ask you, Carolina, a few questions about this because you have introduced this terminal to the market. What is the real difference between this CT32 and the previous models like the EDA52, CT30, XP, or CT40?
First of all, I wanted to congratulate you. A very good video, very professional, along with the recording. Each recording is better than the last. So returning to the main point regarding the CT32, as you mentioned, its launch was in July this year. We have moved a bit away from the ScanPal models, which were budget devices, with the EDA52 being the predecessor. Now, the CT32 is primarily built on the Printer Edge platform, which is a comprehensive platform that also includes an application environment. In addition, we have a longer Android lifecycle, since we start with version 14 on the CT32, and on top of that, we also have, and let's be honest, what matters most is that we maintain a very attractive price. So we take the best features from the CT52 and add what we have now, namely the latest Qualcomm 4490 processor and the Mobility Edge platform.
In essence, we have a truly well-equipped computer, and as you had the chance to see in the video, all of this is enclosed in a durable housing. A moment ago, you saw a slide displaying some of the device's specifications, but I'm still impressed by how lightweight this terminal is, as it is on average 100 grams lighter than competing devices with the same specifications. Given that, what environments do you as the manufacturer recommend this terminal for?
As I mentioned, when it comes to the device itself, it is highly efficient and features excellent specifications. However, it is a budget-friendly device. Our goal was to ensure it offers strong performance while also being attractive in terms of price point. So if you have a warehouse or production environment that doesn't require extremely rugged equipment, if I may put it that way, then this device is definitely suitable. In addition, it is especially recommended for transportation, including drivers, logistics, and couriers. Please remember that it is equipped with NFC, which means it can also be used for payments. So I think for drivers, this is truly a great option.
It's no coincidence that the video was filmed in a parking lot with trucks.
Exactly. And above all, it's perfect for the broader retail sector, so it can be used for inventory management as well as for the Omnibus Directive, meaning real-time price label verification. You can also connect a printer to it, for example, the Lynx 3, which further expands the portfolio, and print out in real time the price that applies to a given promotion, because as we know, we are obligated to do so under the European Union Directive. So retail, transport, and of course warehouses and production, especially when it comes to lighter warehouse operations. Okay.
Regarding accessories, since you mentioned they are available, are there items that make daily work easier, like a pistol grip?
Yes, there is.
There is. Quick answer. And what about RFID?
When it comes to RFID, we have a connector for our handle, which is universal for most of our terminals. This is the IH45. So if you already have the IH45 handle, you simply purchase the appropriate connector or adapter for your terminal, and it works seamlessly. This means you can use it with the CT32 or the CT47. One handle, but different connectors.
So in reality, are the accessories compatible?
Yes.
Or is the terminal compatible with the accessories?
Yes, exactly. And we have various types of connectors when it comes to RFID.
Okay, great. What advantage does your new platform offer, and what does having Android 14 bring? Why is this beneficial?
Well, above all, it's about security, right? We also have access to all kinds of updates and support from Google. For 5 years, and then for an additional 3 years, we at Honeywell guarantee support. So we have 8 years of support, 8 years of assurance that we will have security and the ability to upgrade. However, I would like to point out that since this device is budget-friendly, Android upgrades are provided every 2 versions. So 14, 16, 18, and so on.
So 8 years, we have 2025, which means until
33.
you can purchase and use it, or your clients can use it, and until the year 33, they will receive security patches and similar updates.
Yes, exactly. 5 years from Google, 3 years from us. Also keep in mind that when it comes to the availability of accessories later on, it will probably take a little longer.
Remember that on our website, there are accessory guides available. So if you go to jarltech.com and select the Honeywell CT32, at the bottom of the page, you'll always find specifications as well as guides and accessory manuals tailored to that specific device. How is the market responding to the CT32? Clients, do you already have any implementations? Is there something you can share with us?
Above all, we have implementations primarily for drivers. And we are also in the process of implementing solutions for stores. So at this stage, it's about checking prices, checking inventory levels, processing returns, and so on.
Do you have any ready-made applications that, for example, make it easier for integrators to implement something from this device for clients?
Yes, of course we do. The best approach would be to meet with us individually to discuss this topic further. We can arrange such a meeting online or on site with Mariusz Jaworski, and we will tailor the solution as needed.
If you manage to catch Mariusz, I encourage you to reach out to Mariusz, as he is one of the longest serving employees at Honeywell and possesses truly in-depth knowledge, although he is also quite busy. But if needed, we at Jarltech can facilitate contact with him, so I also encourage you to get in touch with us. Remember, you can always ask questions, just please don't ask for Mariusz's phone number. We'll rather send that to you by email. And one more question for you, Carolina. If a customer has a fleet of these devices, 20, 40, 50, do you in any way make it easier to manage these terminals? Their updates, upgrades?
Of course we do. We have our own proprietary solution when it comes to MDM, fleet management and analytics. This is our proprietary software called Operation Intelligence. Thanks to this, we can carefully track how the device is performing, where any bottlenecks occur. And by closely monitoring the device in real time, we also gain insight into the work of the employee operating it.
So it can also be used in some way to reward or motivate the people who work with the device?
Exactly. Here we have a dual application because we have the standard MDM, and in addition we can check, for example, the battery status. We can locate the device and we can see whether a particular employee takes care of the device.
How so? Can you check if they take care of the device, if they clean or polish it?
Not in this case, but of course, for example, if there were a large scratch across the entire screen, though this rarely happens since our devices are rugged, so scratches don't occur. However, we do have information about who last handled the device, so we can also see who dropped the device here or if something happened to it. You can also analyze the drop history of a given device. That is,
record drops.
We do record them, but we can also see whether someone threw it out of frustration or if it was simply dropped, as well as the force and intensity of each incident.
So, in such detail, does your service also consider that if the specification allows for 15 drops from a height of 1.5 meters and the system has recorded 16 drops, you no longer provide service?
I believe we are very flexible and we try not to focus on that. Moreover, since you brought up this topic, we have service packages that are tailored to each client, allowing us to properly protect both the customer and the device.
You see, Carolina is an encyclopedia of knowledge when it comes to the products and offerings of Honeywell. I can't come up with a question she wouldn't have an answer to, so I also encourage you to reach out to Carolina. She will certainly be happy to provide you with answers. But Carolina, let me move on. How did you design this terminal? What did you focus on, for example, when looking at the market situation and customer expectations? What trends do you see? As a leader, you certainly keep track of these trends. What does it look like today?
Well, the customer wants things to be good and affordable. So as I mentioned, that's the Polish customer, and in the West, the trend is the same. In general, the expectation is for the device to be ergonomic. Let me show you. Here you go. The device should be ergonomic. It should be a device that is efficient, equipped with the best possible components, and built to last for a long time. At the same time, the price must remain at an appropriate level. So that's the kind of customer we're talking about when it comes to mid-range devices. So I believe the CT32 fits perfectly into this category.
I can confirm that this terminal is really great. It feels good in the hand, and its weight truly makes a difference as it's lighter than all the competing models. If we take the competition I mentioned in the video, which is quite rugged, this terminal doesn't look like that, yet it offers nearly the same durability while being lighter and more attractively priced. I truly believe it's worth considering. Remember, at Jarltech we have a pool of demo devices available, so if you need or want to test it, whether for yourself or to see if it's worth recommending this terminal, I encourage you to get in touch. Alongside us, Honeywell also has its own pool of demo devices, so if we don't have any available, Honeywell probably will, and if Honeywell doesn't, then we likely will. So I encourage you to simply reach out, test these devices, let your clients try them out, let them share their feedback and experience, because in reality the devices are very similar. However, when you actually hold it in your hand, you can immediately tell whether the device suits you, whether it feels comfortable in your palm, and whether it will perform the way you want and where you want to use it, whether it will truly meet your needs in your work environment. In the meantime, Mr. Dariush has asked another question. Does the CT32 terminal have an RFID handle?
Yes, we have discussed this previously, so perhaps Mr. Darius is interested in whether or not this particular handle is available directly. As we discussed earlier, and as I mentioned before, there is a connector that specifically connects to the IH45, which is, as you know, our universal handle.
So it is a universal reader. It's a Honeywell device, and it's just a matter of the connector that enables the installation of this reader and handle in combination with the CT32 terminal.